Thomas was very anxious about rebel MPs trying to derail Brexit. "I hope they don't try to derail me," he said. "Don't worry, Thomas," said Aaron Banks. "Nigel's offering a non-aggression pact to Boris at any upcoming general election. We'll force this thing through one way or another." Then Thomas left, to show how straightforward he perceived leaving to be in practice. "See, that's all it takes," said Rupert, the brain-controlling parasite inside Thomas's head. Rupert was forever filling Thomas's head with rubbish, gradually turning him into a swivel-eyed loon. Peering out through the filter of his own creeping insanity, Thomas could see sheer malevolence in the eyes of those pesky foreign workers who'd been coming over here in their swarms. "That'll be the EU sending them here, mate," said Rupert. "That's what socialist dictatorships do." All of a sudden, a metaphor came careening round the bend. It was Brexit, hurtling towards the hardest and most extreme version of itself. "Help! Help!" it cried, as the edge of the cliff drew ever nearer. "I forgot to stockpile baked beans and insulin." Thomas set off in hot pursuit, eager to help the high-speed Brexit along its course. But he was too late. The Rebel Alliance had managed to derail it, confirming his worst fears. Thomas was incredibly angry. "This isn't democracy," he thought, and he went out and he assaulted a foreigner. 5 weeks later, Brexit was lifted back onto the rails, under strict instructions to drive responsibly, but Thomas was still completely aghast. "They're taking you for a ride," said Rupert, "figuratively and literally." While no one was looking, Thomas grabbed hold of the Brexit and made off with it, keen to press on with the next round of reckless bravado. He took it to Aaron Banks, who was very pleased. "Well done, Thomas," said Mr. Banks. "I'm going to transfer you £1 million to buy yourself a luxury penthouse." Now Thomas is very happy and regularly meets with David Cameron for advice about offshore investments. Now that's what I call taking back control.